How we doing, ladies and gents? We have a mission today.
Now that's chip.
I was going to try to save this seat. I was going to take it out, do a bunch of work to it. The more I sit in this thing, there are just a lot of problems with this seat. The person that rode in this, I'm not dissing big people, but bigger people are hard on seats. And this seat just has so many things going on inside of it. It's just not right. When I sit down, it like creaks and crunks, and like the backing moves and it feels like it's loose. The motor, only half of the seat raises. It like goes sideways when I go to raise it up and stuff. There's a lot of things wrong with this seat. And I wanted to keep it just because it has the heating controls. But Johnny's has seats that they're different, but they're close, okay? It's on a 2016 model, so I don't know if they're going to fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this seat out. Take it with me to Johnny's. They have a 2016 Malibu that has leather and cloth seats. They're comparable. The leather is the same like around the sides and stuff, but it has cloth in the center, I think with like red stitching. I'm going to get the two front seats. Obviously, the back seat's not going to match. I'm not replacing the back seats because they're actually in really good condition. And even though it's not going to match, it's going to be better than having a funky seat in here. So I'm going to get the two front seats. Johnny's seats are actually really cheap. I think a set is like 35 bucks. I could be wrong. Being that it has airbags in it, I'm probably going to have to pay for the airbags. Get this seat out so I can take it with me so that I can look at the mounts. If the driver's seat mounts the same way and all the plugs are the same, then we're gonna roll with it. If the plugs aren't the same, I don't know what we're gonna do yet. They do have a couple that are the same year as this, but they're all cloth seats. And I would hate to replace this with cloth seats, but if it comes down to it, that's what I'm gonna have to do for the front. Just because it's better than having a busted up seat. Like, there's no way I'm going to fix this seat right. It's just, there's too much going on inside of it. So, it's not like these seats were perfect anyway. The leather is cracked and stuff. The only nice thing about it was it's a full power seat. It has the heat controls, but when you sit down in this, it like clunks and moves. Like, there's something going on there. It's tore right here. Something back here is clunking when you lean back into it. Look, I don't even know if it's bolted down or if the tracks broke. It's just no good. And the passenger seat is also cracked. So cloth seat would actually be a better upgrade than keeping these seats. But the seat needs to come out. So what you need to do to get these seats out, first off, you need to use the power options. And hopefully you can get to the mounts. I don't know. Can we get to them? What? Might not bolt in the front. Some of these seats have a track that they slide into. It's looking like they're not bolted in the front, so they might be slid into a track in the front. So let's go to the back. Look, another thing, this seat belt cover is missing. I don't know if we can get one of those while we're there. If we can't, we can't. All right, there's a Torx bit back there. A big one. A big old Torx bit. Right there. Oh, man. So we're going to get on that. Get it out. Right bit. Oh, would you look at that? I had that on hand, ready to go. Huh. All right, that's how you do that. Alright, so here we are. Here's the seat. I don't know. I'd say there's some gears stripped out or something. First off, oh, that weld's broken right there. That's why this seat rail moves the way it does. That might be the one that raised. That's the one that raises the seat up and down. And that's why it's not raising up and down. It's broken. What's going on up here? Weld's broken on that. Wow. So it's completely out of place. That's supposed to go on the inside of that. This seat's jacked, basically. Reason I'm taking it is because I want to make sure that these plugs are correct. See how they are? They hook in the front right here and then bolt in the back. Yeah, might be able to fix this seat, but I'd really, comes down to it, I'd rather just not. Also getting some return on this car. I found a penny and a dime and a quarter, so I'm technically rich. So that's nice. Skill level when taking those seats out is like a 1. That was simple. 10 millimeter to take the seat belt off, which you'll have to pry the cover off if it still has one. 10 millimeter for that, and then 2 T50 bolts, torque bolts, to take the seat out, and it comes right out. So it's very, very simple. So that means it's going to be very easy to take the seats out up at Johnny's. So I need to throw that in the Kia, and we're going to hit the road. Right, rocking the Kia. I still drive this thing. This thing has been a great vehicle. I've actually been looking at newer ones at auction, but just not found the deal yet. So, but we really do enjoy this Kia. I mean, it gets us from point A to point B. I haul lots of parts in this thing and have no issues at all because there is plenty of space when you put the seats down. And I put a piece of cardboard back here just to keep it a little bit nicer, you know, so I can get it all marked up. I've done that in the past. I think I did a Malibu in the past that I took like half of the car and I had it shoved in the back of this thing. It was an old video. It was funny. But it was all you could carry at Johnny's. You pull it, and I carried everything. Long time ago. I had that white Jeep at the time. That's how long ago it was. That was a long time. Alright, so the problem with the 16 seats is that they completely changed the harness. I think they would have bolted in, but I'm not good with wiring, and the whole harness is completely different. The plugs is different. Everything is completely different on it. It doesn't have a separate plug for the for the airbags. It's all integrated in one plug, and I'm not getting into that. It looks to me like these seats are the same. Now this seat's no good. It's got an arm busted off down there. Cover's missing. It's got some, tear. Well, it's starting to separate right here, but these look like they would work if need be. I'm not taking these, but that means G6 seats. I'm gonna look around. That sucks because I was banking on those 16s to fit. Now this G6, this seat looks good. I don't know, the driver's seat is, well, the door's broken. The door handle's broken, but the seats are in really good condition, so I might come back to these. These have an airbag panel on the side, which is different, but all black, it would go okay. I don't know. We're gonna keep looking. Comes down to it, I've been to this one before. It has good cloth seats, they just need cleaned up. And then we have this other one over here. It looks like somebody pulled the motor out of it just recently, which this is a swamp. This is like the muddiest spot here. And the window's open on this one, so I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't want these ones anyway, they're gray. Tan one at least has black seats. So I'm still gonna look around, I'll come back. This is probably gonna be the one I pull the seats out of, but we're gonna look around and see if we can find something nicer.
All these only people, they don't need a resolution. They just need a little music. Hey, you're looking, what you got cooking? Need another beat for all these only people. They don't need a resolution. They just need a little music. Hey, you're looking. Walk out on me in the middle of a storm. Well, that's okay, I'll be alright, just watch me soar. I'm a self-made man, I don't need your hand. You're walking me around like a child. You think you got friends till things get tough and they're all dry like flies. Well, I've been doing just fine. Gotta live my life, gotta live my life, alright. I've been doing just great. I don't think about you, I don't think about you at all. 'Cause you could take a drama, stick it where the sun don't shine.
So I thought about it for a while and I was just gonna take the armrest, but I think mine is broken where it bolts in at, and that's a leather armrest and it's the same as mine. Then this piece being broken, this needs cleaned up, but that piece was broken on mine. The armrest was broken. I'm taking the seats. This actually is a power seat. It has the driver's seat is all power options, except for it doesn't have the heated elements and it's cloth, but overall good shape. I think a pair of seats here is like 35 bucks plus the armrest. I don't know, we'll find out, but this is going to be a direct bolt in, so that saves me the legwork it would have took for the other one, because I would have had to wire in the weight sensors, the power lumbar, there's and then the airbags. I would have had to rewire that and everything. So this just is going to be the better option. Now I don't know what is drawn on the back of this one, but we'll get that cleaned off. It's just plastic.
I'm A-okay. I wanna keep you in an honest place, 'cause you've been hiding for 1,000 days. Lower level in your parents' place with your head held down. I remember when you held the magic. Now you're acting like you never had it. Get in the car, man, it's too damn tragic to let you drown. Here now, turn it around. Gotta love it or let it go. With our eyes closed and some wings to fly, singing oh, 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 oh. Why'd you go and never ask me to stay? Why you push the ones who love you away? Don't close the curtain on a brighter day when history could repeat it. Now it's time to get a little higher. When God made you, He made a fighter. You just spent a little more time feeling lost than found. Here now, turn it around. Gotta love it or let it go. With our to leave again that way. The funny thing is when I carry you, it carries me. Oh, 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 oh. It carries me. Here and now, turn it around, gotta love it, let it go. With eyes closed and some wings to fly, singing oh. For 1,000 days, lower level at your parents' place, but not right now.
Well, that's gonna be it for here. I got mud all over my boots, making me trip. I got so much on there. Taking my drone and everything. We're headed back home, and first I'm gonna attempt to fix the original seat, just because of all the options and stuff, and I just want to see how it feels after I weld that stuff up. So we're going to check that out. Regardless, I got the seats and the center console for 59 bucks out the door. So actually 60 bucks. They charged me $1 to get in. So that's not very bad. It's 60 bucks for 2 seats and a center console. The seat's good. It's a power seat with airbags, so not too shabby. And if you think I made a mistake by getting these seats, I really did not, because I can use them as a selling point and charge more to sell them with the car if I do end up going with the stock seat. Or I can sell them on Marketplace. I just sold all 4 of the Cobalt seats for 200 bucks, front and back. These seats are a little bit more intricate. I mean, the airbags and power options and stuff like that. I ought to be able to get 150 to 200 bucks just for these seats if I wanted to sell them. I paid $35 for them. $35 for a set of seats and $21 for the complete center console. So I almost paid as much for the center console as I did for the seats, which is crazy. That's why I love places like this. There needs to be more junkyards need to go this route. There's money to be made. But you have to have an elaborate setup, and you have to be able to move vehicles, and you have to have inventory, and that's the only thing that's holding a lot of these places back. But I'm excited. Let's get back home. Well, I like giving people options. I put this seat in, and to tell you that it fixed all the issues, it did. But there's one problem now. The back doesn't raise and lower. I don't know what happened there, but the front raises and lowers now. Forward and backwards fine, and the thing doesn't feel like the cushion's falling out of it or the back's falling off of it, and I didn't even bolt the back in yet, and it feels better. And even though these seats are a little chewed up, you have heated seats, and it feels all right. So I think, yeah, I didn't feel like I was gonna fall through the bottom of it when I sat down in it. Oh, I forgot to go over this. The speaker that I got at Johnny's was bad. I tested the ohms on the speaker itself. I put it in first, and it sounded like crap. So, like nothing was coming out of it. So I took it out, did a resistance test. No ohms. It was open circuit, just like the original one. So it's got a Subaru speaker in it over here now, one of the ones out of WRX, and it actually sounds really good. And the Subaru speakers are actually nicer than the original cardboard speakers. So we're good there. I do need to replace this armrest. This is the same exact armrest that I got, and all of this is the same, so it's not going to be, you see what I'm saying? It's broke. All of this is broke out back here. That's why we got to replace it. The armrest we could reuse it. It's starting to get some cracks in it. Somebody did not use leather conditioner. I always use leather conditioners in all my cars, but that's a piece that I can give with the car. I mean, it's still a good armrest. This needs replaced. So the cup holders and stuff, I'll get to clean this stuff really good with it out of the car. I'm so wishy-washy. I just talked to Sean, and he's the voice of reason. He does have a point. As soon as you open up that door, all you see is that ratty seat. How it's all tore up and stuff. Even though I fixed it and it feels okay, the cloth seats are going in it. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take these out since they work. Put them on Marketplace for $35 for the pair. That'll pay for those seats, and that would be like I didn't pay for anything. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now I got these seats looking pretty nice, but right there, some kid had drawn on the back of this, and I used these cleanup wipes, whatever, and a wipe on it, and it doesn't seem to be coming off. Actually, it does. If I really scrub on it, it's starting to come off. I'm gonna try this super clean stuff this time. This says it's biodegradable, and it's in an aerosol, and I've never used their aerosol. This is for heavy stuff. This might be a little too strong for this, but let's see what happens. I think I should have left it. It definitely was eating it right off. I need to leave it on there a little bit longer. Oh yeah, it's you can see it's melting. I should have just left it on there a little bit longer. You can see it's taking the color of it. Still didn't come off completely, but you could see it doing the work. Look at that. So I'm going to do this one more time. Still a little bit on there. I'm gonna put more on. But like as soon as it dries, I can see it drying around there. I can barely see it. So yeah, stuff works pretty good for a degreaser. I don't know about you, but I think that looks pretty nice in here. They're nice and clean. I need to do some armor all and stuff on them, but for the most part, they look really nice. Now the next question is, do I use the leather headrests or not? Let me swap them real quick. In all honesty, you can't even tell. Like, this is the leather one, and that's the cloth one. I think I'm just going to leave the cloth one in here. I'm trying to sell these leather seats to just recoup my money back from these, even though I didn't pay much for them. But yeah, I think I'm just going to throw the cloth one back on because it doesn't make as big of a difference as I thought it would. All right. So this isn't what I planned to do today, but I was just like, I wanted to go to Johnny's and the seat just, I'm like, there's no fixing this. I kind of fixed it, but that's just not a good selling point. That's just, as soon as you open the door, it's like so unappealing. And then that one's really dirty on top of that. Back seats aren't that bad, so I do need to clean them, but they're actually in decent shape. But being that it's all black interior, the black cloth does not stick out of place. I mean, it looks decent in there. So armrest is fixed now. I cleaned everything up. Oh, why are you latched? Does that? Okay, it just turns out I didn't know what I was doing. You just push down and it unlatches. I took the cup holders out of the original one. Yeah, and the armrest doesn't try to fall off on you when you put it up now. And I got everything wired in the back. This one, for some reason, the cigarette outlet was missing on it at the junkyard, and the wires were cut. So somebody took the cigarette outlet. Why? I don't know. But I took the one out of this car, wired it back in. Got the regular household plug right there, and then also have cup holders now. And the other one was broken. But the whole interior is back together up front here. I even ran the wire for the backup camera underneath the carpet, and took all the rest of the slack back here because oh no, I thought the camera was going to be attached to the lid. It's actually going to be attached to the rear bumper, so that makes it a little bit easier on me because then I don't have to run the wires up through into the trunk lid and stuff. So that's not bad. But the next video, definitely got to start on this body work. I need to start getting it tackled. Lots to do. Lots of paint work, lots of sanding, lots of Bondo. This fender needs to come back off. Yeah, and I'm tired. So I'm going to call it a day. So if you guys like this video, hit that like button. Consider subscribing. Hit that dislike button if you're only here for the Z and nothing else. We'll see you on the next episode of
Unwrapped.
What are you doing? On Mommy's lap? Yeah? What are you doing? Little girl. So happy Daddy's petting her. You're your daddy's kitty, aren't you? Yes.
Sure is.
Uh-huh. Go, bye-bye.